Happy that you said.
Every time. Every time I would. All right, so champion mentality, winning mindset is what we want to cover. We're on step four, okay? And step four is say, have your why statement and goals, okay? One thing I heard before, if your why... Bonnie, mute your screen for us. Grand rising to you as well, right? If your why don't make you cry, then it's not strong enough, right? I've heard that before. Right? If your why don't make you cry, then it's not strong enough. So you need a strong why for each goal that you have in life. Bonnie, mute your screen, please. Thank you. All right, so you need a strong why. LaDeja, what's your why?
My why is to get my learner's permit.
To get your learner's permit?
Yes.
Okay. That's why you do what you do?
Well, that plus helping my family out, but mainly to get my learner's permit so I can get my car in October. 100%.
Okay. So one of your goals that you have is to get that car in October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why you get up and do what you do is to be able to put yourself in position to reach that goal.
Yep.
I like that. Okay. But on a more deeper level, your real why is to be able to take care of your family from the first time I met you, right? We want to take care of grandma and auntie and secure those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. You need a strong why. What's your strong why, Shane?
My strong why is family.
Okay.
Cause I would say if I'm talking about it on a personal tip, I got just me and my sister and my mom. But mostly for the better things in life, and I just want better for me.
Okay. Better for you. So this is something that we want to write down and be specific, your why. Because you got to remember your why every day, because today may be a challenge. And if you don't tap into that why, you may take a break on what you're supposed to be doing to accomplish why you get up and do what you do in the first place. Does that make sense?
Right.
Daryl, what's your why?
My why is me.
Me.
I mean, it's like, I know I'm not getting any younger, so I've got to do the best that I can each day.
Choose.
And real fast, because there's a huge difference between a goal and a why. See, a goal can change. A goal be like, okay, I want to get 60 activations this week, and then by Thursday you only have 20. What if I get 40 or 50, I will be all right. So your goal has changed, but your why, that never changes. I got to get up every morning because I got to take care of my family. I got to get up every morning because I got to make sure there's food on the table. Those are whys. There's a big difference between a why and a goal. Now, if you need goals, definitely, because goals help you do it. You know, you need you've probably heard of this before. You need short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals, right? A short-term goal would be what I want to have today.
Choose.
Go ahead.
Nope, that's a good word. That's a good word. So that why. And I love that he explained that, because that's why I say if it's not strong enough. If your why don't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Your why is what's never going to change. It's why you do what you do. Now, based on your circumstances, some things may be refined in your why, or more people may be added unto your why. Maybe you birthed children, maybe you got more family, maybe you got married, maybe you got some significant loved ones, maybe you now met a friend or a business partner that changes a little bit in your why. But that's really going to be your foundation of what you do. So I love that you shared that, Daryl. All right, number 2, be completely honest with yourself. Okay? He read a great poem for us about the man in the mirror. All right? Michael Jackson been telling us that for a long time. That's what it started with. You can't lie to you, even though we try. Right? We'll lie to ourselves, putting on a visual for other people. So who I'm really not in front of everybody else is who I'm lying to myself in the back of my subconscious mind. Okay? And this is why we move ourselves farther away from our goals, because we're looking to please these people, to be this person, when the person you need to be is back here in hiding and need to gain confidence. How do I get this person in the back of my mind, or who I am when I'm alone, to gain confidence? I got to expose them to the world. But that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of being seen in our vulnerable state. We're afraid of being seen in some of the things that seems weird or not normal or crazy. I'm going to be honest. I love being the odd one. I love doing what others is not doing.
Come over here.
A great person named Warren Buffett, he told me he didn't tell me, but he told me because I was listening to him, was when everybody's running from the stock market, that's when I'm running to it. Look the way it is, now I'm buying. right? Because you want to make sure the masses go one way. The common people, the people that's Jones effect very easily. But those who have a thought in a mind for themselves, they're going to sit and analyze. They're going to be honest with themselves. Okay, does this make sense? If I do X, Y, and Z, will it give me X, Y, and Z? Okay? So that's very important. We got to be completely honest with ourselves about who we are, why we're doing what we're doing, and what the goals that we put in place to get us there. Number 3, imagine you have achieved your goal and note your own feelings. Why would that be important for our why and our goals? To imagine you have achieved your goal and note your own feelings. What does the imagination do?
And keep it going.
Say it again.
To know that feeling and keep it going.
To know that feeling and you
use that.
Use it, right? To know the feeling. I'm putting that down here, lady. That's genius. Know that feeling and use it to keep it going. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, because that works both ways. You know, you have got to always, you got to know if you don't know the feeling of failure, you will never know. You'll never know how sweet success is.
Juice. Failure is part of the process of success. Some people say that failure and success is the opposite. It is not. I don't know anybody that's successful in life that didn't go through a trying time or they didn't fail at it. How many times did Ford try to build a T model car? How many times did Jesse Owens stop to, those things is important. Thomas Edison with the lights, even though they got these ideas from a genius brother that looked like you and I. However, all I'm saying, what I'm saying is though, what they put in motion with those factories and those times to test it out to get it right. So don't think just because you're failing that you're not successful. You're actually being successful in small incremental steps as you fail. If you're learning from your failures though. Now, if you're not taking on notes, if you're not reflecting on your days to see what this failure give me, now you're just waking up being like the trees, the branches. You're just blowing from side to side and you don't care which way you go. All right, so imagine you have achieved your goal and note your feelings. Why is the feel important in part? The feeling. Why is that imperative?
Because it's what motivates you most of the time. You know, the feelings.
There we go. Tell us what these feelings do for us. What do they make us do as humans?
They make us live, actually.
Juice. Okay. I like the word live. Give me another word instead of live.
Survive.
Not survive. Feelings make us do a thing.
It give us power.
It give us power. And what do we do with that power?
Achieve.
Achieve. Okay. We close. We getting there. Stay in the A word. Feelings makes us act.
Okay, gotcha.
Act. It create action. Immediately. How you feel. If I get pissed off, I'm finna do something, right? If you don't have no control. If I'm super happy, I'm about to do something, right? If I'm sad, I'm about to probably cry. I'm gonna act in a certain way. So if we can imagine already achieving our goals, okay? I had already knew that I was gonna play football. I used to imagine myself going to college. I used to imagine myself stepping before I got to college. I used to imagine myself playing on Saturday afternoons at 12. I used to imagine myself playing in the NFL. So once I already imagined these things, I captured the feeling of it. That's imperative. This is what we can do. We have a skill set to do. So if you can capture a feeling, imagine being able to put an exciting feeling in a bottle, and when you want to get excited and get to the top of performance, you just drink that bottle of water. Anybody watch Space Jam?
Oh, yeah.
You seen Jordan with the Space Jam juice, right?
Yeah.
You can really give yourself Space Jam juice based on imagining how you will feel once you achieve a big goal. And all I'm finna do is open that bottle of water. Man, I'm already a billionaire. What you talking about? Now that I know what that feeling is like, now I can act like I'm already there. Every time I wake up, every time I meet a new person, I'm already acting. Hey, how you doing today? My name's David. What's your name? Right? I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. Okay? Because your emotions will make you move. Emotions is nothing but energy and motion. Energy and motion. I know y'all say, I thought this was sales class. Right, number 4, include your reasons include your reasons and feelings in your why statement. So you got to include those in there. So when you speak in your why, right, my why is to shift the paradigm of my family. I want us to come from being consumers to producers. I want us to come from being buyers to sellers, right? The reasons why I do what I do is because I want my daughter to grow up understanding that I control my entire life.
That's right.
Everything that I do is controlled by what I think, how I feel, and how I act. Simply. And if you don't understand that, you will grow up moving in a certain way. People will tell you, hey, just go here to go get X, Y, and Z. Now, you'll just go here and get X, Y, and Z, but what if it don't make you feel good? So you need to include your real reasons and your feelings in your why statement. I want to create this situation because I want my children to have this type of feeling. I want us to be able to go in our backyard and go pick up the tree and get breakfast. That's why I want to farm. That's why I'm creating generational wealth. That's why I'm taking these risks. I'm willing to take these risks now because I want this feeling later on. Walking up in the backyard, I got a nice little robe on. I'm going to get my breakfast out my backyard. Where y'all going? Audi. You know, this is the reason why. And I include this in my statement. So every time I read it, I remind myself of how I feel. I remind myself of what I'm doing this for. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. Last one. Set goals and use SMART goal strategy. What's the SMART goal strategy, y'all? Uh-oh, I hear them papers. Notebooks. What's the SMART goal strategy?
So, what I would assume it is you having
It's an acronym, by the way.
having
Maybe to help you.
short-term goals
Okay.
to get to the medium goals.
Okay.
To get to the long-term
Gotcha.
goals.
I like that.
Like, for instance, if you say, I want 12 activations a day,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to be out there for 8 hours.
Jude.
Okay, so you know that means you need an activation and a half, or pretty much 2 activations per hour to reach that goal.
Okay.
Because if you just tell yourself, I want 12 activations, that sounds really, really daunting. That sounds like, oh man, I gotta go out here and hit 12. If you just think about that one number.
100%.
So if you say, wait a minute, if I do 2 per hour, I'm gonna get this. You always somebody I gotta watch my mom. You're already trying to curse like a sailor. I was a sailor, so.
That's okay, bro. Like, I be having to check myself too. I gotta do it all the time.
What up, Instagram? We live here at I Am Champions. I hope y'all got y'all notebooks because y'all is in class with us. Go ahead, brother. Continue.
But like if 12 activations may seem daunting to a person, you know, that might seem like a huge number, but if you break it down, well, when I get 2 activations per hour, then I'm gonna have 16 today. And if you shoot for 2 an hour, some hours you're gonna get 2. Some hours you might not get none. Some hours you might get 3. But if you shoot for two per hour, that's you controlling your day. You ever had days sometimes where they drag?
Not too much. We want to get here. We don't want to get lost. Right? So what I like that you said, right? Short term, medium, long term. And what you start breaking down is the specific part of what you want, right? Okay, I can break this down to specifically what I need to do per hour. And that's what the S stands for. The S stands for specific, okay? You want to be very specific on your goals. What do I want?
A specific mark.
Okay? So it goes back to what we did in step 3 yesterday in the champion mindset or the champion mentality of knowing exactly what you want. The M stands for what?
Measurable.
Measurable. Good job, Adasia.
Measurable.
Measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Listen to me. If you can't measure it, you cannot manage it. Can you measure how much weight you got on your body? How much you weigh? Can you measure how well you're performing in your health or in your diet based on how much you weigh? Because you can measure that. Can you measure your finances? You can measure that. Can you measure your emotions? You can measure that, okay? So if you can measure these things, you can manage them. This is why we want to use measurable. Okay, so if I want to get to what Daryl said, if I want to get to 16 activations a day, I can measure that. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. Where am I at now for the day? I'm at 7. How many more activations do I need? How many more sales do I need at the doors to be able to hit my daily LOA target? Juice? A is what?
Attainable.
Attainable.
Attainable. Shit.
Okay, attainable or achievable. Sometimes they're relaxed. All right, is it attainable? That's the most important thing. Have you ever done this before? Are you shooting for things that's out of your skill set?
Comfort zone.
Okay, I want to say that. Not comfort, because we want to be uncomfortable.
Right.
But is this outside of your skill set or knowledge that you have? All right, so if you've never touched $1 million before, and now your goal is to make $1 million, right now in this specific time frame, do you have enough knowledge and skill to be able to reach that? I'm not telling you guys to shoot outside of your comfort zone or of your goals. But we got to make sure that it's attainable based on what we know how to do. Because we can only be what we know, right? All right, R stands for what?
Relevant.
Relevant or realistic. I like that. But we're going to use relevant. Are you doing the relevant things to reach your goal? Okay? So for an example, if you want to be the top salesman in the country, should you hang out with golf players all day?
No.
Is that relevant to you learning or getting to where you want to go?
Unless they millionaires, then no.
Not at all. Now, if I'm on a golf course with salesmen,
That's different.
that's a different thing. That's relevant because I'm around my peers where we're probably using sales language. We're probably communicating about
So how do you
sales
get your
tactics.
numbers to hear? Like, it was like, I seen you just went up by 10%.
Yeah, 100%. So R stands for relevant. We want to be doing the relevant things. Maybe I should be working on my communication. Maybe I should invest in me a book that teaches me how to persuade, the art of selling. These things that's relevant to me reaching my goal. And then a T lastly, and then we're going to wrap this up. Say it again, LaDeja.
Time.
Timely. What does that mean? Timely. What does that mean?
Completing things within a complete time window.
Bingo. Have a deadline. Without a deadline, you would do what?
Lose focus.
You'd be
Lose focus. Okay.
Be like
I'm looking for a certain word.
like
There it
a
is.
job.
Procrastination. All right. The deadline keeps you from procrastinating because it makes you move with a what? It was one of the four factors of
Sense of urgency.
sense of urgency. It's the four factors of impulse. So if I only got 30 days to reach $20,000, don't you think I need to get on it? Right? If you want to do a certain thing by a certain time, you can't waste the days that you have. Everybody got 86,400 seconds in a day. Okay? What you do with those seconds in your day creates the results that you need for tomorrow to catapult you towards your long-term goals. We go back to what Daryl said. Juice?
Juice.
All right, so just wrapping up on step 4. To have a winning mindset and a champion mentality, you need a strong why. If you don't have that, Instagram, get you a strong why. If you don't have a strong why, why you doing what you're doing, if you just waking up and getting into it without no purpose in life,